Hey guys, Marstenged here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are live on stream. The new Battlefield reset is out for Global, which is a whole new set of enemies. I believe we are now on the same set of enemies as JP, although probably different typings considering the current set won't be exactly the same. But we are going to go ahead and go through the run here, hopefully without too much trouble. We'll see. I know the final boss is Metal Cooler and supposedly could be quite tough. Now we are going to use the same strategy that we always use for Battlefield, which is to beat the first enemy with the low class warrior, basically the Team Bardock team, because you can use Tech Bardock and AGL Bardock. We still have a pretty high leader skill. The free to play units are all decent enough, and obviously the first enemy in Battlefield is never particularly tough. And then of course the main rule is that the first enemy you fight in Battlefield, so this Yajirobe, is always the same typing as the final enemy in the Battlefield. So the final boss is going to be AGL. So by using this team, we're not using up one of our tech teams. So that means when we get to the final boss, we'll have both of our tech teams left, which means if he does manage to kill our first team, we'll still have another team that is full type advantage, because the strategy that I like to go with and have done for probably like every Battlefield, I guess, is to use the mono teams. So just all units of one colour versus the boss, whoever's got type advantage. And then of course you still want to try and build categories within those typings, right? So you'll see what I mean as we go if you're not familiar with this kind of strategy. I know some people try and build like all different category teams, mixing and matching all of their units from their box, and I guess that can become quite confusing to remember all the setups depending on how many of these category teams that you want to build. But like for example, we're now fighting Realo, who is tech, so we're going to use an int team. Mostly, as you guys know, in this game, super type characters and super teams are usually better than the extreme ones, so I normally try and use the extreme teams early on because they're the ones that won't be as good later on. So if the enemy is tech, we use an extreme int team. I realized I picked the wrong sub leader, so let's make sure we do that right. Having these guys with their easy A's, the type supports, are really good for this Battlefield strategy, because obviously they make really good sub leaders, 4 key and 150% to the typing. And then if you can build a category, because basically everyone on this team that we've selected is under Piccolo Jr.'s leader skill. So they're all getting either the 170 or the full 200% from him, and then 150 from the Vegeta as well. So works out quite nicely. Right, so we'll do this. I mean, the early fights are never usually particularly difficult, and the big thing about Battlefield as well to remember is that you can usually use a lot of the status effects. So like this Realo can't be stunned, but that's it. So he can be sealed, he can be attack lowered, defense lowered, which then obviously makes things a little bit easier for us. And of course, you know, Piccolo Jr. basically just taking him out with the one shot. So yeah, I don't know if the type supports will, when they will next return. That's the problem, is I don't think they've returned on JP since they had their easy A's and came back on those banners, which obviously Global then got as well around the time of the Dragon Fist and Harudegan celebration. But after that, they haven't returned on JP or Global yet, so we still have no idea really. Alright, so we've got Nail is super int, can't be stunned, can't be attack and defense lowered, and has damage reduction. Okay. So for extreme physical, I just changed that up before this run. I was usually using a full Wicked Bloodline team with the Metal Cooler. But now that this guy has his easy A, he's got a margin power lead for 180. And then of course we have this guy with the extreme physical typings. So basically just using a margin power team. Might as well use you. You're probably... This guy's probably the worst out of the... out of all of them. Plus he shares the same name. We might as well have as many differently named ones as possible for the links and stuff. But yeah, the earlier stages are usually not too bad anyway. Like I say, if you're building these category teams where you're actually getting like decent leader skills, then it doesn't take too long to take out the bosses. And then obviously with the type support on the first turn, he has guard. We've got the decent few orbs for him here. And then he heals on super anyway as well. So decent setup. That physical evil boo awakens from like an SR. He has built-in dodge chance. I think he seals as well, which this guy can be sealed, so I think this guy was like fairly useful for Super Battle Road back in the day. And then of course this Bootanks with his easy A hits pretty hard. Yeah, so the early stages, not too bad. Getting through those nice and quick. So we take out Nail with the Martian Power team, and then we have... who was the other one? Pan, who is Super STR. So we do Extreme AGL. And for this one, I use Zamasu, because Zamasu leads Realm of Gods, but then also just leads Extreme for 130, and then we can run Realo, who is the Extreme 150 support. Then you're good for tanking, Golden Freezer and Super Boo. Turles, as we do have a super type enemy, so it gives decent support. And then I guess we could bring Rose. Rose gives general support to the team as well. So alright, so again, she can't be stunned but can be sealed. So let's get you some build up here. AGL orbs for you. And then I guess we'll just grab those. So yeah, fairly straightforward so far. It's usually the enemies once you get to level 3 that start to be a little bit more tricky. But even then, you got to pay attention to the details at the beginning, because those enemies can still have certain status effects. Like some of them might not be able to be sealed, but then can actually be stunned. Some of them, even if they can't be stunned or sealed, can be attack lowered. So it's always useful to know. Of course, you have to pick your units before you go into the battlefield, but it's always good to have units that can do those things, like ready to go. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be GG. Like, with Golden Freezer on his first turn, and with support, like, obviously there's no way Pan's going to be able to do any damage to him. And then, yeah, he just takes her out here. Alright, so far, so good. Let's see who the level 2 boss is going to be. Of course, we're getting all our rewards along the way. Nice few stones, battlefield currency, which we're going to want to use to get the medals to Easy A, Barbary, and Deborah. So it's a super physical Cabba. Okay. Well, I mean, I use the Extreme STR setup for this with the cooler team. Then we use a couple of different Wicked Bloodline characters, LR Turles and the TUR version, and then Jace because he has a Scouter. Usually works out quite well. And yeah, Cabba. So he can't be attack lowered or defense lowered or stunned, but he can be sealed. Oof. We don't have a good starting rotation here at all. And none of these guys seal. You don't seal, do you? No. Well, I guess we just have to hope for the best. Yeah, it's one of those things where having a Scouter is really useful, except on it's like when it's the turns where you have a Scouter but you can't really do anything about it. It's like I can see he's going to super me, but I haven't got a unit that I can really put in front of the super. So I just have to hope that the LR Turles army don't get destroyed here. Do some decent damage, and we get the additional super as well. So saves up to 5k free-to-play stones as a returning player. Nice. If you're talking about global, then that's obviously a nice setup ready for the anniversary. So how much is this doing? 184. That's not too bad. And that's the thing about using the category leads if you can, because we're using a mono Extreme STR team, but we're using Cooler and the TUR Cooler, so the team has a decent leader skill, which means we have 600k HP. Alright, so you can't be attack lowered, so And then you raise defense on all supers, so it's probably just best to put you in slot 1. Do that. Do that. And then this Frieza gets tons of ki in slot 3 if he's against a super type character, so that should be fine. Yeah, true. Sealess is on their leader skill. Right, this will do a bit of damage as well, but yeah, we got enough to be able to eat that and keep going. So there's no way Cabba survives against the 2 coolers here now. They can't be attack lowered, which means this guy is not going to be able to get the bonus extra super, but he does some decent damage. Yeah, he just doesn't need a crit, just takes him out. So yeah, that's the main sort of strategy, right, is always to lean towards doing mono teams where you have type advantage over the boss, and then try and build categories within those mono typings. Because the worst thing is you don't want to build a category team, like say you build a Wicked Bloodline team, and then he supers a type neutral, or even worse, like an int character, and then you just get killed. And then of course with Battlefield, you then have to try and beat the rest of the stage using only the characters you have left, which can then be very awkward if you've only bought a certain number of characters of the certain typing. Because if we then had to use our super SDR team to beat him, then it would be like, who do we use against this Boo, right? So speaking of, let's jump in and do him first. So he has dodge, has reduction of damage reduction, and can recover HP. But as you can see, no like immunities. So he can be stunned, he can be sealed, he can be attack lowered. So... And then our Super STR team is basically a Pure Saiyans team, Super Vegeta, and then Cabba as the support. Then we got Dragon Fist Goku, you, defense support from you. You can seal, so actually I might bring you, even though these guys are kind of terrible. They did not get a good easy A, but they can seal. Do you seal? You do. I might just bring you. And there you go. So... that's the thing, always try and take advantage of status effects and stuff when you can. Also, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is a really good option for this because the battlefield fights are never super long, so he would be able to tank relatively well. I should have thought about bringing him, but... right, well... a lot of orbs for Cabba, so he's going to be perfectly fine in slot 1. Then I can do this, get a 24 key super with you, so you get a guaranteed additional. There's a lot of damage we're going to be able to do in one turn. Cabba got a decent amount of orbs and has guard, so... still took 176k though, so this Boo definitely hits quite hard. Because if Cabba with 10 orbs is taking that much damage, then that's definitely something to be aware of. He's got a decent amount of HP and he can heal. Typical, of course, that I bought like at least 2 units that can seal on the team, and we didn't get either of them on the first turn. Because getting him sealed up straight away would always be nice, right? So you don't have to worry about eating a super in the next turn. Okay, well he's not attacking until later in the turn now, so... oh, they actually share a decent few links. Interesting. They don't. So if we do that, then we've got him sealed up, and then the Vegeta and Bulma can get a bunch of counters at the end of the turn, so that works out relatively well here. I'll do that. I don't know if the K is misplaced, right? You can't actually have that many stones, can you? Like, I know you can't buy any more from the shop once you get to 10,000. Like, I'm pretty sure, in fact, if we think about how long the game has been out and on average how many stones you get per, like, year, I'm pretty sure it's impossible to have that many. Because you can only buy a certain amount, and then the game's been out for like 10 years. Because yeah, 10k, once you get to 10k, I think you can have more, like if you complete missions and stuff, but like you can't buy any more. So okay, Stop dodging all my counters. He's also doing a lot of damage, but he is sealed now, so... Oh, okay, nice. Well, rip to you. We get the full Cabba heal. Obviously, we're not going to use the Dragon Fist because he's sealed, so he's not going to be able to be supered. But... Yeah, because I don't know if it's like you've either put one digit too many or... Because 850,000... If you can only buy up to 10,000, that means you'd have had to have gotten 840,000 just from like farming. Which, I mean, that means the game would have to give out 100,000 stones a year, basically, in order to get to that many, which it absolutely does not. So, but as the age-old internet adage says, pics or it didn't happen. So you can always feel free to post a screenshot in the Discord of how many stones you have. Alright, so that's Fat Boo taken care of. Get him sealed, throw out some counters, and then good stuff. So we got STR Evil Boo. He can dodge, he can reduce damage received and recover HP. So again, you can hit him with all of the status effects. That's good. And then we have our Super AGL team. So Super AGL was Goku Family, I think, to start with. Yeah, Goku Family or Super AGL. Because obviously this guy has the Super AGL sub-lead, and then you can use Pan because she's the Super AGL character, so throw you in there. Might as well put all my Gohan in there as well, I guess. You, Pycon for some support, and then I guess Gohan actually, because Gohan, I think he can lower attack, can't he? So right, well, you might as well be in slot 1 because you have very good slot 1 defense and can stun. Yeah, and he can be stunned, so that would be a pretty good start if we could just stun him straight away here, to be fair. So we'll do that and then do that. Alright. So supered straight away. Oh, I sealed him. Damn it. Okay, you can seal on super, which I guess makes sense. He's the one we literally used on our physical scene, but that is annoying because we could have potentially got the stun. I mean, at least he supered Goku, but oof, 41k. All right, bro. That's pretty decent. Okay, so this is a very bad starting rotation. I say starting rotation. Rotation for this turn. We can't get a lot of AGL orbs for Pan, so ideally no super straight away, otherwise that'd be very bad. We can't get a rainbow orb for Pycon, and if we're putting him in slot 1, which means we don't want to put him in slot 1, ideally. What's her super attack effect again? Oh, it's the allies attack raise, isn't it? So she doesn't stun or seal or anything. So we will have to do this. Yeah, that didn't drop down the AGL orb, so we'll have to the rainbow orb, so we'll have to keep Goku in the middle. Yeah, and then do this. Right, he didn't super straight away, so that's good. And then Pan does the super that gives everyone the buff. Ooh, double super means double buff, so Goku should be able to hit pretty hard here as well, all things considered, right, for Goku. You know, he's a 4th anniversary character, so not bad though. Of course, he does have the potential to counter a super. Okay, he's not going to super, he's going to heal, and now Pycon seals him, so... And Pycon can attack lower. I think he probably does still need to get some dodges in there, but... Good, good. Oh no, he takes double digits if he doesn't dodge, so that's fine. So now we've got him sealed and attack lowered, so we should be pretty much locked in here now. So we can go ahead and do this. Get a nice bit of damage done to him on this turn. Yeah, when some of the 120 leads start getting their super easy A's, I can't wait for AGL Super 17. Obviously, he's one of the best of the... He aged the best out of all the 120 leads. But yeah, AGL Pycon doesn't have his first easy A yet. He could be very good. Him and that Tech-Gen Ember. Tech-Gen Ember has the potential to be really good as well. A support unit with big bad bosses. Damage reduction, guard. Like, as long as they make his orb restriction easier to get, like once he gets his easy A. Basically, just make it the same as Pycon. Just make it 1 rainbow orb and 3 type orbs to get all of his stuff in base, like pre-transformation. And then he will be super good. Alright, so we got the stun. Gohan's getting his additional supers. He might kill Boo this turn, depending on how hard he hits here. Oh, I only got an additional normal, which I think is going to... No, it didn't crit. You have to finish him with a super anyway. So he's got 1 HP, but he's stunned, so... Oh, it's been a while since we've used this. Hit him with the old 4-year Goku Kamehameha. Good stuff. Alright. So... Yeah, physical Kid Buu, Super Easy A, and Tech-Gen Ember Easy A. That's the thing. Villain teams are going to get some big buffs from those boys both floating around. So... Alright, so we've got Gohan is Super Tech. So we've got Super In. So Super In is Bond of Master and Disciple. So it's you and then you. And then we got you. Vados. I guess Piccolo as well. Actually didn't double... I should have double checked on his like start screen what exactly he does. But it's too late now. Oh, can't be stunned. Is that it? Can dodge. Are all the... It's like all the enemies in the third phase seem to be almost the same so far. Can't be stunned, can dodge, and has damage reduction. So he can be sealed and he can be attack lowered. So... And you only lower attack. You seal, right? Because if we get her to go first, yeah. So there's no attacks in slot 1, so we just get Vados to go first, and she seals and lowers attack from her passive, and then Whis lowers attack, and then Piccolo just does some damage at the end. So, because yeah, we've got a few characters on this team that can seal. So yeah, Carnage in the chat saying he has a countdown super. Okay, I see. Well, if we keep him sealed, he can't do it anyway. So... And keep hitting him with the attack lower. Although, he's going to do the countdown super on the next turn, right? And we don't have another character that can seal on the next turn. We have that in Gohan that has the... he's going to have guard on the first turn, and depending on how many orbs we can pick up, he's going to have very good defense, but... Although he gets sealed for 2 turns, so he can't do it on this turn anyway. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Nice bit of support, 60% to everyone on the rotation from the Int support Gohan. Additional normal from this guy. Oh, there we go. Actually, you have to make good teams now. I mean, that's the thing. When Battlefield first came out, it was tricky because, of course, there were less units then. But yeah, it's like having to field this many TURs or LRs so you can build your separate teams. It's definitely one of the harder things in the game if you're a newer player. But obviously, once you've got enough solid teams set up, because that's the thing, I have the benefit of having like basically every unit in the game. So even if I am saying I'm just building a super STR team, I have the option of every single super STR unit in the game. And then depending on how I want to build it, you just have to make sure you're fitting in the category leads. Because I mean, you could just use like the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who has the 130 lead, and then any other STR character that has like STR types X amount of percent. It obviously just becomes a lot harder if you have the lower leader skill. Right, so do this. Hopefully Vados can get the dodges. Got Cold Judgment active. She's got 300k defense and he is attack lowered, so... Alright, well there you go. Just get the 3 for 3 on the dodges and then we seal him again. So, pretty much got this on lock now. We might even kill him this turn, especially with her getting a double super up to 6.7. Yeah. Whis won't do a lot of damage, but he's good for supporting one of Master and Disciple as well, also with some attack lowering. So I don't know if future Gohan, he's obviously not got a lot of links active here, if any, actually, I didn't see. But I think, actually, no, does he have Cold Judgment as well? But yeah, now he's sealed up, so we don't really have to worry about anything else here. Alright, just grab those, and then that will be all she wrote. So Vegeta and Trunks I don't think really have any build up yet, but this guy's attack lowered, so yeah, his attacks aren't going to do any damage to them anyway. And now they can just finish him off here. And then even if they don't, if they get bad RNG for their additionals, I think Gohan should finish him off anyway. Yeah. Alright. And we get the Piccolo unit super. And that's all she wrote for Tech Gohan. Skinny Boo can double super. Ooh. Well, that's the thing, that you got to remember, as I've said already, right, in this run, make sure you're trying to bring sealers and stunners on these teams, because a lot of these characters can be affected by these status effects. So again, this guy can seal you, recovers HP and has damage reduction, but he has no immunity to any of the status effects. So bring our super physical team. What's my super physical team? Oh, Goku family. So you... Obviously, God Goku has a Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans leader skill, but... And then we have Gohan, you... Bardock can seal. Xeno Goku is a Goku family support and can also stun. Let's bring version Z Goku. But yeah, attack lowering definitely helps a lot in events where it is doable. He seal. Okay, he doesn't seal with his super, he just can seal you from his passive. That's annoying. Alright, well, I guess... do I just keep you on rotation anyway? Although you seal, which he can be sealed, so I might as well just get that done first. Because yeah, Gohan not being able to get any supers is kind of annoying. So we'll just do that and float him off here. God Goku dodging the super, that's good. I'm happy with him taking the normal for double digit damage if he dodges the super afterwards. So okay. And then he just heals like straight away. Okay. But then, yeah, Bardock can hit him with the seal. Yeah, Garlic Jr. with a Dead Zone domain. Like, the background for the fight is quite cool. That would be a cool domain. But you know what they do, though? Because they keep doing it with these villain characters. He'd be, like, the young, like, small Garlic Jr. and then transform and create a domain and become the big Garlic Jr. Meaning you wouldn't be able to use... It'd be yet another one where you can't do it, like Broly or Rosé, if you're using another domain. I guarantee they'd do something annoying like that. Alright, so if we do that, then this should be, yeah, 7 orbs for Path to Power Kid Goku. This Boo OST, man. Wouldn't quite fit the theme of our epic battle against Garlic Jr. here. Stun? He didn't stun. You got a dodge though. Turn that. Yeah, so he takes a little bit of damage. Plus, I guess it's good to keep Bardock on the rotation because it means we can seal again, like, and keep him sealed. Because that's the thing, any of these bosses that can be sealed, as soon as you hit them with the seal, it lasts for 2 turns. So you keep your sealer on rotation, or you can have one on both rotations. Then it means you can just keep them sealed, like, forever, which is obviously very useful. Right, so I guess we could do this. Try and just get him sealed straight away. Now, there is the possibility that he just supers immediately, but I mean, if he does, there's just not much I can do about that. Bardock at least has type advantage, which means he doesn't have to get hit once in order to get the guard. He just immediately gets the defense boost if he gets hit. But he didn't super in slot 1, so now we just go ahead and seal him up again. We've already taken off about half of his health, so unfortunately God Goku being sealed is a bit annoying because he is our main damage dealer for this rotation, but that's fine. Getting some crits on the normal, still doing a decent little bit of damage. And then we have version Z Goku. Hopefully he gets an easy A at some point soon. I think it'd be cool if they gave him an easy A as part of like the 10th anniversary or something. Especially because a lot of new players come in for the anniversary. He sealed Gohan again, bro. A lot of new players come in for the anniversary, right? So having a good, like, strong free-to-play unit would be a nice little boost. Alright, so just do that. Typical Gohan got stunned, like, sealed every time, so he just hasn't been able to do anything. Character that needs to super to, like, build up. And he's just been sealed every time. Oh well. Got a decent few physical orbs for this Gohan, which in turn gives him a decent bit of crit chance. So nice little bit of damage from him. But yet again, typical with God Goku being sealed on the previous turn. Like, Ulma Gohan is the unit on this turn that would have been able to do the most damage. And he's the one that gets sealed. Alright, let's see. You can seal you, that's fine. So we'll do that. Get 6 orbs for you. Get the 7 orbs for you, so we get the damage reduction. Of course, he's supered straight away. But fortunately, Bardock's type advantage, so he should be fine. Still 318k though, but spicy. But now that we've got this turn where God Goku is not sealed, should be able to do a solid bit of damage here. We got the enough orbs for him to get the guaranteed additional super, so yeah, 7.3. That's Bardock with type advantage, like, and he has guard built in, so that bypasses the extreme versus super class modifier, and then the extra little bit of damage reduction from Path to Power Kid Goku. So obviously Garlic Jr. does hit relatively hard. You know, we're not talking like red zone boss or anything, but remember when physical Bardock was able to tank? Yeah, back when he first got his Easy A, such a good unit. It's always a bit scary, like you'd have to take the first hit if it's not an int enemy, and then he has guard active, but yeah, definitely very good. Alright, so that brings us to the final boss, which is AGL Metal Cooler. So we have both of our tech teams left, but I always like to use the Heroes team. I don't know why I even bother selecting the LR one when we go to Heroes, because sadly, still no Heroes LRs. But so we use Limit Breaker, Vegito, and then Rose, because we have two 200% leaders for the Heroes team. Janemba. I guess I should have, knowing that well, I didn't know until I actually jumped in, because you can always jump in, see the first enemy, and then back out, and it doesn't count because you haven't started the first fight. So I could have seen that the first enemy was AGL and then put in more tech units. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to use you, Toa for the debuffs and stuff as well. Yeah, God Trunks after his Easy A going to be super good. Shout out to Jade Rex for re-upping their membership 9 months. Love to see that. But yeah, here we go. Double 200% heroes leads. If we could start off with like a Janemba rotation, that would be good. But let's see what this guy does. Oh, this is not the best starting rotation, but I suppose we can do this. So, may evade attacks, has damage reduction, recovers HP. Okay. Well, we've got none of our status effect characters on the first turn, and Janemba's in slot 7. So, you hate to see that, but I guess we'll just have to see how we go. How much is Vegito taking pre-super with his damage reduction, support from physical Vegito? Only 38k. Then he heals straight away. I say this in the Omega event all the time. I always love it when enemy bosses heal as one of the like first actions of the turn. So I literally like I haven't even had the opportunity to attack him. Like he hasn't had even the slightest possibility of losing HP, and then he heals. All right, so Vegito. Oh, another super. Okay, so he can super multiple times. Vegito did not quite do as well as he would have. We only got 2 supers. We didn't get a lot of crits. He dodged Vegito's super. Okay. And then Super Saiyan 3 Rose. Can we get an additional here? Get an extra stack? That'd be good. We do. Good stuff. Okay. Love to see that. Yeah, Vegito got debuffed as well from the super attack. Now Rose getting supered as well. Jesus. This guy supered 3 times so far this turn. But Rose just eats it like a boss. Hello? He's just double supering in the last slot. Okay. So that's 4 supers on this turn. What, is that it? Are you done supering now? 4 supers on that turn. Okay. Interesting. Well, we can do this, so which means Toa won't be getting hit, which is good. That was a spicy turn, wasn't it? He can super 5 times. Bruh. Okay. That super is the first attack of the turn. God damn. That's tough. Because Dark Mask King takes the most damage from the first attack. That's 132k. That's not too bad. But now we can start actually... Okay, he's doing it again. I was going to say, we can start using our status effects here now, though, because Dark Mask King lowers attack on super. We also are going to heal, of course, from his super attack. He's going again. Okay. Look how giant the Dark Mask King is, the sprite, for the Metal Cooler sprite. That was funny. But yeah, we're back to full health thanks to the super from Dark Mask King. And then Toa lowers attack as well. And seals. Yep. I mean, if he can be sealed, then... Well, he can dodge. So I guess the worst case scenario is he dodges your sealing character. That would be super annoying. Also, that means the other Limit Breaker Vegito... Oh no, there isn't another Limit Breaker Vegito, is there? This isn't a normal Heroes event. I was like, where's the second Limit Breaker Vegito? Well, there isn't one, because we're not using a friend. That means realistically I'd probably want you floated off, which is kind of annoying, but... is this realistically going to take longer than 6 turns, or do I just use the active skill for Vegito? I mean, I guess I could wait. Who did I float off on the previous turn? It was... Metal Cooler. Yeah, he doesn't give any support or anything. I was going to say, if Toa was getting floated or something and we could get some extra support, then maybe. But I might as well just go ahead and use it. To do the big damage. Might as well grab same type orbs where we can, especially because Janemba doesn't have a lot of ki anyway on this rotation, so we'll do that. And then he's sealed, so he's not going to be able to do any damage to Vegito here anyway. And then we just need Vegito to actually get his crits in here. We can do some big damage. Because even if he's healing, Vegito does have the ability to do a lot of damage. Though he fumbles the ball again with the additional supers. Hate to see that. Alright, so with a little bit of attack lowering, everyone will be able to tank well here anyway. Obviously, Janemba needs to be hit a few times in order to get his build up, but he lowers attack as well, so that's good. And then he's got a few hits in here. I think we're looking pretty good, because Dark Mask King is obviously very strong on that second turn. Once he's taken like the first couple of hits, he obviously won't be able to seal here, but we know that Rose and him are able to eat these attacks here, and then Toa seals at the end, so that's fine. Gotta get at least one in there, right? Yeah, the cut-in before the super is new. It's from the most recent update. It used to only appear if you were getting an additional normal. If you were getting an additional super, it would just go straight into the super attack animation. Dark Mask King with the double super, let's go. So basically guarantees we're at full health, and it's another attack lower. So, very good. And then, yeah, Rose only got the one super that time, but at least he got 3 supers total before he ends up transforming. And then, of course, Toa hitting him with the seal and another attack lower. So, all right. So we're looking good. We've only got, what, 18, so it's 6 turns left, but I mean, shouldn't have to worry about that here. As long as Vegito can actually do what he's supposed to do and actually get his attacks off, but... And that's the thing, Vegito keeps letting us down, and he dodged as well, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, Rosé's going to transform on the next turn, and Rosé can hit quite hard as well, so... Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I was going to say, I was getting thrown off by the cut-ins again. We were just talking about it, because I've been playing the game for like 6+ years at this point. When I see that cut-in appear in my brain, it's just like, oh, that's an additional normal. But no, Vegito got the triple super turn, so that helps us out here massively. And then Metal Cooler, of course, can get multiple supers as well. He's not healing this turn, I think, right? Unless he's done it already. It should still show at the bottom, even if he'd done it already, right? So, no heal this turn. Metal Cooler with the extra super. There we go. Yeah, Vegito not getting his full attacks and crits and stuff off in those first couple of turns is a bit scary in terms of, like, wanting to kill him within a certain number of turns. But... we've now got the, we've now done a whole bunch of damage to him, so now this setup with Dark Mask King and then Rosé, we should be all good. Actually, probably just do that, because Janemba going first is usually better. So Janemba, then Rosé, then Dark Mask King. And then even if he somehow survives this turn, we have 4 more turns. And obviously we have the double Vegito rotation still. So... yeah, hit him with that, attack lower him again, dodge the super, let's go Janemba. And then in comes Rosé. 10 mil, don't dodge. Yeah, perfect. Alright. So we should kill him this turn, as long as he doesn't dodge the additionals from Rosé. Nice. Okay, I say that, but Dark Mask King, his attack buffs have potentially worn off. So I don't know if Dark Mask King can actually kill him in slot 3, but that's fine. He's got barely any health left now. And obviously Rosé, after a double super, easily eats these supers from Metal Cooler. Alright, so not bad. So yeah, you got to focus on, you want to bring sealers, attack lowerers, and then of course you do need to be able to back it up with damage, because you need to kill him within the turns. I feel like the thing about this fight that could be really unfortunate is that he can dodge and he heals. So if you get like really unlucky and get really bad RNG, like he could dodge. It doesn't even really matter about the ceiling, right? Because as long as you're attack lowering him, potentially he's not going to be able to kill you in one turn. But like you could end up running out of turns, because he keeps healing himself, and then your hardest hitting units on your team, he dodges their attacks. I don't know what his chance to dodge is. I feel like he hasn't really dodged that many times during this run. But yeah, like that's the thing that could be quite scary for doing some of these future runs, is that he could just straight up... you don't have your damage reduction anymore, which is kind of scary. He's been attack lowered a lot though, so if we do this and just get the super counter, or... because he's been attack lowered so much, normals shouldn't really do any damage now. But yeah, that's something that could definitely happen, where your like hardest hitting characters, he just keeps dodging them, and then you don't kill him before the turns run out. Hey, let's go. This probably kills him. Didn't crit though, but we killed him with a crit. But now we kill him before he gets to heal. So there you go. Managed to do it, but we only had like a couple of turns left. So bit tricky. Yeah, apparently he's been buffed on JP as well. A lot of the times when they make those adjustments, Global gets that right off the bat, but I believe that's not the case with this Metal Cooler. But I mean, obviously we could in future, like I say, as we've been doing for most of the rest of the run, just use like a Super Tech team. Because remember, Super Tech Movie Heroes is like an absolutely insane team, right? LR Gods, Piccolo, like Tech Movie Heroes is just a crazy team. So Super Tech is probably your best way to go against this Metal Cooler. But there you go. That is the full Battlefield run done. All W's. Didn't have to use any extra units. So we love to see that. We've got a bunch of stones along the way. And then we can grab the other ones from the gift box as well. I think I was at what, like 903 or something before we started. So yeah, go about 30 or 30, somewhere around 30 stones in total for doing the entire run. And then hopefully, I'm going to be making a separate video about this, but we'll put this in here at the end. Hopefully now we actually do have enough Battlefield currency to get the medals to Easy A, Barbary and Deborah, because I'll probably make one anyway, but otherwise we have a rant video incoming about the global Battlefield currency deficit. Yeah. So I have done every single Battlefield on global since it came out. I haven't bothered buying, as you can see in the shop. I haven't bought this Krillin. I did get the 18, but I haven't got this Krillin. I didn't get the Goku or the Vegeta. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that I didn't buy. And I can't get the medals to Easy A, Barbary and Deborah. Even though I've done every Battlefield on global. Because global skipped a bunch of Battlefields in order to catch up to JP. But obviously haven't thought far enough ahead that they then haven't given out enough currency. So, and that's even with like they've added in a copy of these guys that came out recently. I can't get the extra copy of them. And yeah, I can't get all the medals to Easy A them, which is frankly ridiculous. But there you go. That was the full Battlefield run. I guess technically they do have the missions. It won't be enough to get those last couple of medals, but they do have the missions for completing it the 3 times. Although those don't give you any actual Battlefield memories, do they? There's only the weekly ones now that give you like the 6,000 points every Monday. So yeah, there you go. That's the full Battlefield clear. Let me know how you guys got on down below. What's your strategy? What teams do you like to use? And what team did you use to beat Metal Cooler at the end? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.